The Bible itself has many translations. So these are all the translations. This is called the King James. You have the American Standard, Amplified Bible. So it's basically different translators and different translations. Some translations are easy to understand and some are a bit complicated and a bit more coded. That's how I read it. So, but the King James translation is the most mainstream one. But these are the many translations of the Bible. And here you have Revelation, which is the book of Revelation. And this revelation, it says here, the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John. So what that means is God gave Jesus Christ some information to relate to his servant, who is John. So John wrote this. But God gave his message to Jesus, and Jesus gave it to John, and John gave it to us. So this is basically something that you have to understand. The book of Revelation, this is the last book in the mainstream Christianity Bible, the Bible book. This is the last chapter. And you have to know this. And this is coming from Jesus Christ directly. And Jesus Christ is directly connected to Father as the Son of God. And so God himself is telling Jesus. Jesus is telling John. And John is giving this message to us. So it's a direct message from the highest authority, our Father that created heaven and earth. Our Father in heaven. So this message is coming directly from him and Christ. So you have to know this information, and you have to know what the tribulation is about, what's going to happen. And it gives you a really nice, basically it captures the entire tribulation, what you're dealing with, what the judgments are, who the evil characters are, what they have done, how they are going to collapse. So all of that is written in the book of Revelation, and this is applicable during the end times. This is basically a revelation given specifically for the end times. This is your book of Revelation, chapter 13. So in the chapter 13, you will see the mark of the beast that has been mentioned over here at the bottom of the chapter 13. You will see the mark of the beast mentioned. And basically the mark of the beast is your new financial system that is going to come onto this earth. So that new financial system is going to come in the form of cryptocurrency, your Bitcoins, XRP, all the things that they are popularizing and giving soft disclosure for what is coming. So they're basically training the human mind and psychology when they are putting Bitcoin out there and really speaking about Bitcoin in the world stage. So, or cryptocurrency in the world stage. So that's basically what this chapter 13 talks about, because you will see it detailed here as it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and six. So 600 threescore 6 is 666. So you will see the satanic elites flash that 666 hand sign a lot, which looks like the Gyan Mudra of Buddhism. So they flash that number, that hand sign 666, because it is the number of the man. The number of the man that will cause you to get the Bitcoin, that will cause you to get the mark on your right hand or your forehead. So this mark that they are giving out You can look it up in the mainstream. How they are showing this is like someone puts a tiny chip on their wrist, and from the wrist they can basically open the door or function their home automation. So they can open doors and they can pay. You can already see that in the mainstream. So they're already doing that. They're already giving subtle programming for that. And people are like, look, it's so convenient. I can pay with this chip on my right hand. So this is basically what they are doing. But the Satanists won't come out and say, oh, it's written in the Bible. We spiritual people have to come out and say, it's written in the Hebrew scriptures. It's in the Bible. That information is in the Bible. It's our job. But the Satanists will only tell you, this is a new technology that we have created. And it is, they won't discuss what's already written in the ancient times in the Bible. So what we consider ancient times, like this prophecy was given by Jesus Christ in the very ancient times, which we would consider it old school, like, oh, it was so old. There was no technology, there was no card system, no credit card, no banking. So we consider it very old school. So this revelation was given during a very old time, which we would consider primitive times, but they were already Father and our Father in heaven in Christ already gave us revelation of the cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin, the XRP. So they already gave revelation of that. So it says, he will cause both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark on their right hand and their forehead. And no man might buy or sell, save unless he has the mark. So if you do not have the mark, you cannot buy and sell. So that is your cryptocurrency. That is your Bitcoin, your XRP. That is your new financial system. In the disclosure community, in the New Age community, you will see a lot of people discussing the new financial system. The new financial system is coming. So you'll see that discussed a lot. And they gave me programming for that as well. They gave me the XRP programming. So I went in and I learned about XRP. I bought some XRP. So they were programming for XRP before my awakening. But after I realized that, okay, it's part of the tribulation, it's part of the end times. And this basically, this buy and sell, the mark of the beast, which is called the mark that goes into your hand. So you can buy and sell. That is called the mark of the beast. So when you get the mark of the beast, only then you can buy and sell. Otherwise, you cannot. So something that you have to figure out what you are going to do in this situation, because the punishment for the mark of the beast is great, because you're not meant to get the mark of the beast. So this is a warning to you. It's like, this is what's going to happen. The man is going to make you do this, make you get a mark on your right hand or your forehead. Without that, you cannot buy and sell. So you have to understand the scriptures to know what to do and what action to take. And you are not meant to get the mark. So according to scriptures, do not get the mark. Because I will share with you what happens if you get the mark. It's very important to know that. Why? So this technology is actually hidden as something good, as something benefiting humanity and benefiting the human race. But that's not how the scriptures teach it, because Satanists are not giving you this angle. They're not giving you this lens. They're not giving you this part of the story about their technology. And Jesus Christ is revealing this information to us. So do not think, oh, Buddha and Jesus Christ and our Father in heaven, they're only spiritual and they do not care about crypto. Do not think that, because they have already given prophecy and revelation of what's coming and what's going to happen, and that you should not get the mark of the beast. These are all extremely demonic, satanic, very evil people, because when they are teaching you about the mark, when they're teaching you about the mark of the beast, about the new financial system, they're not giving you information about this. So you do not hear the great people that are creating technology referencing the book of Revelation. They'll just say, oh, this is our technology and it's great, and this is the new financial system. But they do not say, this is the new financial system as predicted in the book of Revelation, that you might not buy and sell without our mark. They do not say that. They just say, oh, look at our great technology. This is for the benefit of humanity. Come get our technology. But soon enough, you realize when you go through the whole Mark of the Beast situation, the process, you'll realize that it is all evil. Even the people that get it, it's not going to be easy for them either from the man. So when you see the 666 hand sign, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from this because that's the number of the man. And that revelation has been given to us also. And then you have the barcode tattoo. 17-year-old girl who can get a barcode tattoo as an ID suspects that there is something politically wrong with the tattoo. So you will see that the barcode tattoo, science fiction dystopia, and barcode rebellion. So these things have already been written. So you can study this and research this and see how everything in the mainstream has already been written in the Hebrew scriptures or the Christian Bible.
The mark of the beast.
If you knew who was really behind Bitcoin,
It is already here. People will be tricked into taking it. It happened before. People took the shots for just a little freedom. But next time, it will be your financial life. But he who endures until the end will be saved. Will you stand firm in faith? Will you stand tall for what you believe?
So, it's like drugs?
it's better than drugs, Jeremy.
I know what you chasing, you can only get this feeling from a thug. You can only get this feeling from a thug. Tears falling and it's licking you.
What if you could pay for your shopping with just a wave of your hand? This RFID chip works just like a contactless card. It's implanted into your hand, and once it's there, you can pay for groceries, open doors, and even unlock your car.
Yeah.
So jetzt, ja, wunderbar, perfekt. Cool.
Today, I'll show you how to make this silver ring that holds a glass RFID tag. It's the same kind folks get implanted in their hands to unlock things like doors, computers, vehicles. Let's get started.
A tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now, it may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents. Right? And that's something that you wear, but you could also imagine including authentication in just your daily habits. So I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication?
What?
Vitamin authentication. Look, I have one right here. Well, here, I'll let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So, this...
You guys see it?
This pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When you swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte.
That's what I do.
And they power it up, and the switch goes on and off.
And what's very interesting is they actually have, so I'm going to scan it. They actually have WeChat Palm Pay. So
请使用微信刷脸或付款码支付，支付成功前请不要走开哦。
that's my WeChat ID.
支付成功，请向店员出示支付凭证。欢迎下次。
That's my WeChat ID, and I just paid without having my cards or my wallet on me or my phone, which is pretty crazy, mind blowing. You don't have to take anything with you when you like go and travel. So that's the beauty of China. It just shows how ahead China is in terms of technology.
They are now pushing wearables on the population and starting with external wearables and then going into internal wearables in the future. We do know as well, Gates Foundation funded what's called microneedle patch implants that install quantum dots in skin for about 5 years for use as vaccine passports. Again, this is on the National Library of Medicine website. So yeah, the plan appears to be going from external wearables, get them to wear that, and then you go into the internal wearables, these implants.
A vaccine that is delivered using a dissolvable patch called a microneedle array.
Dissolvable microneedles that deliver patterns of near-infrared light-emitting microparticles to the skin create particle patterns in the skin of vaccine recipients, which are invisible to the eye, but can be imaged using modified smartphones. Something like a barcode tattoo. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation came to us and said, hey, we have a real problem knowing who's vaccinated. So our idea was to put the record on the person to be a digital marker linked to a biometric ID.
Eventually, what we'll have to have is certificates of who's a recovered.
So this verse is from Leviticus 19:28. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourself. I am the Lord. So for the dead means for the fallen angels, which is like the death matrix, because Satan is the Lord of death. So do not cut your bodies open for the dead. It's like do not put any technology, do not cut your body open and put technology in your body. Do not cut your body open for the dead matrix, which is Satan. Or put tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord. So this is directly coming from our Father in heaven. So this is one of his direct instruction that he is giving us what not to do. This is Revelation 14. And it will show you what happens if you get the mark of the beast, which is the new financial system. So what happens if you get the new financial system? The third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worshipped the beast and his image and received his mark on his forehead or his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So the Lamb is Jesus Christ, Yeshua. And the smoke of his torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day or night, who worship the image, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever received the mark of his name. So you can read this and know what will happen if you get the new financial system or you receive the mark in your forehead or your hand, whatever they make you do or whatever their technology is doing. Because I've seen both. I've seen like the tattoo that they are promoting online, and they are also promoting that technology that is embedded on the wrist, that you can open the doors and run your house automation, or even paying with that grain size technology in your wrists. So these things you have to watch out for and be informed. This is spiritual information. This is spiritually informed consent. As they have in science, they teach us informed consent. But these guys that are doing science and technology is not giving us spiritual informed consent. We need to know that we will be tormented with fire and brimstone because we did not trust God, and we let Satan own our body. We let Satan have total possession of our body because Satan put his mark on us. So we do not belong to God anymore. We belong to Satan because he put his mark, and he said, he branded you, and he said, you are my property because I have put my mark on your forehead or your hand. So you do not belong to God, you do not belong to Jesus, you do not belong to Buddha, But you belong to Satan, Satan, the evil devil. You belong to him. So that's why you will be punished. So these things we have to know and understand.